The film opens with a woman who appears disturbed. She has seen something inside a warehouse that leaves her visibly shaken. What she witnessed isn't shown right away, but it sets the tone for what's to come. In another part of the city, a strange incident occurs. A house cat is found dead under mysterious circumstances. Upon investigation, it becomes clear that the cat was not killed by a person, but by a robot. The robot was created by a scientist named Aiden. Years ago, Aiden lost his young son in an accident. Struggling with the grief, he devoted himself to his work. Using his technical expertise, he built a humanoid robot and named it after his son Robin. When the robot first moved, Aiden was surprised but deeply moved. He started treating Robin like his own child, and it seemed, for a time, that he had found comfort through this creation. However, the robot was not just following instructions. It had started thinking independently. The story then shifts focus. A young man named Leo is introduced. He has been in a relationship for 5 years, and he decides to propose to his girlfriend. His friend is happy for him, but she is unaware of Leo's financial problems. He is in heavy debt, and the collectors are monitoring him closely. When asked about his job, Leo avoids the conversation. He doesn't share much, hiding the fact that he's under pressure. This is how the film sets up its two central threads, one involving a robot that may be more human than expected, and the other, a man hiding secrets that may soon catch up with him. Leo had told his friend that he was about to introduce her to someone very special. That person was Aiden Leo's uncle. Soon, both of them arrived at Aiden's house. During their conversation, Aiden mentioned that he had been in a road accident some years ago, and since then, his memory had weakened. This is why he didn't recognize Leo at first until Leo introduced himself. Due to his age and health, Aiden also had difficulty walking. Leo's friend stepped forward to assist him, gently helping him inside the house. All the while, a robot standing silently above was watching the entire scene. Later, Leo was sitting alone, looking at old photographs of Aiden. Just then, he heard a sudden loud noise coming from the window behind him. Startled, he turned quickly to investigate. He noticed a faint shadow of a small child behind the curtain, but when he opened the door, no one was there. As he stepped out into the hallway, he saw something unusual, a strange-looking robot sitting quietly near the fireplace. Leo stared at it, surprised. At that moment, his friend joined him, equally puzzled by what she saw. Aiden then entered the room and introduced the robot. With pride, he said, "This is Robin, a robot I created. It's truly remarkable." To demonstrate Robin's capabilities, Aiden asked everyone to step outside and close the door. After a short moment, Leo's friend knocked on the door 3 times. When they entered, Robin was gone. This confused Leo. He began to feel that perhaps someone or something else was present in the house. But the maid calmly assured him, "There are only 4 of us here, no one else." Aiden went to rest shortly after, and the maid stayed to speak with Leo and his friend. She expressed concern for Aiden. She said that ever since his son passed away, Aiden's behavior had changed, and she now cared for him like a daughter would care for her father. The next morning brought something unusual. The maid did not show up for work. This was the first time in many years that she had missed a day without informing anyone. Aiden was concerned. Then he noticed Robin, standing silently, his face stained with what appeared to be blood. Suspicious and uneasy, Aiden decided to take Robin to the warehouse, using an excuse. There, while examining him, he discovered fragments of the maid's clothing caught in the robot's parts. Shocked and furious, Aiden confronted Robin directly. "Did you do this? Did you kill her?" Robin remained silent. Aiden understood the truth from that silence. In anger, he removed Robin's battery, planning to shut him down for good. But to his surprise, the robot didn't stay inactive for long. It came back online without any power source. That night, while the house was dark and quiet, Leo began walking around, room by room. His real motive was not just concern or curiosity. He was searching for clues about Aiden's hidden safe and money. Leo was desperate. He needed that money to clear the debts that had been closing in on him. Leo spent hours searching the house, opening drawers and hidden corners. But despite all his effort, he found nothing. Disappointed, he returned to his room. The next morning, Aiden went to the warehouse to inspect the robot. To his surprise, Robin was no longer there. Confused, Aiden returned to the house. Soon after, he heard the sound of a piano coming from the upper floor. Following the sound, he found the robot standing in front of a mirror, blinking repeatedly. It seemed to be observing itself, trying to mimic human behavior. Aiden examined it carefully. What shocked him was the fact that Robin was still functioning despite having no battery or visible power source. That night, Leo again wandered through the house, still determined to find Aiden's hidden safe. He went to a room upstairs, where a wooden box opened on its own. Inside were some old toys belongings of Aiden's late son. There was nothing else of value. Before he could continue exploring, Aiden appeared and confronted him. He asked Leo to stop going through his things. After things calmed down, Leo asked about Aiden's son, what exactly had happened to him. Aiden explained that he was out of town when it happened. By the time he returned, the tragedy had already occurred. Some said the boy had died in a fire. Others believed he had taken his own life. But the truth remained unclear, even to the police. Aiden's memory had weakened after the incident. The next day, police officers arrived at Aiden's house. The maid's brother had reported her missing. She had not returned home for 2 days. The police questioned Aiden. He said he didn't know anything about her disappearance. The officers explained that the maid was last seen heading toward the warehouse. She had even booked a taxi, but the driver said she never came. Still, without any solid evidence, the police had no reason to act further and eventually left. Later, we see the maid's brother, who had been hiding nearby. He quietly entered the warehouse, hoping to find answers. He called his sister's phone. To his shock, the ringtone came from inside the warehouse. Following the sound, he discovered his sister's body, lifeless and badly wounded. Before he could process what he was seeing, Robin appeared behind him. Panicked, he tried to call the police. But Robin acted fast, throwing a sharp iron rod, killing him instantly. Once again, Robin returned to his usual place of sitting quietly near the fireplace. Aiden came to him again, asking directly, "Did you kill the maid?" Robin remained silent, blinking slowly. Then, the robot picked up a flame and carefully wrote a word on the floor. Aiden read it. The word seemed to offer some relief. Without saying more, he left the room. Unbeknownst to him, Leo had been watching from the doorway. He also saw the word Robin had written. Leo had always suspected there was more to Aiden's son's death. He began digging deeper and found old posts online related to the incident. One post led him to a reporter who had written about a birthday party from years ago. Leo contacted the reporter. When the reporter learned that Leo was Aiden's nephew, he spoke openly. He explained that the incident happened on Robin's 11th birthday. Aiden had hosted a party for his son. As a prank, some of the guests locked Robin in the basement. Later, when he was let out, something about him had changed. His behavior became aggressive. Suddenly, he began attacking the guests. Several people were killed that day. Only Aiden and the reporter managed to escape. When Robin turned on his own mother, someone fired a bullet. It was Aiden who had shot his own son. To avoid the matter becoming public, Aiden reportedly paid off the police, and the entire story was suppressed. Leo was shocked by the truth. He had never imagined things were this serious. Just then, Leo's friend arrived. She was angry. She had seen messages from debt collectors on Leo's phone. Leo tried to explain. He said he only wanted to secure a better future for both of them, but in the process had fallen into debt. Now, he believed they had only one option left: to find money hidden in Aiden's house and use it to pay off the debt. He promised her, once the debt was cleared, they would start a new life together and finally get married. That night, as planned, Leo's friend killed Aiden. She had mixed a sleeping pill into his coffee, and soon after, Aiden fell into a deep sleep. Later that same night, 2 police officers returned to Aiden's house. When no one answered the door, they began searching the house. The female officer went down to the basement where the maid used to go. There, she saw a robot with glowing eyes. Curious, she approached it, but as she bent down, the robot stabbed her in the stomach with a sharp weapon. She dropped to the floor in pain. The robot then attached a clip to her body and gave her an electric shock, killing her. After some time, the male officer also went down to the basement. He smelled burning flesh. When he shone his torch around, he saw his partner's burnt body and became frightened. Before he could react, the robot attacked him from behind with a knife, then sprayed flames on his face, killing him as well. Meanwhile, Leo and his friends were searching the room for a cupboard and a safe. Leo's friend noticed the floor felt unusual. As they dug, they found a secret basement underneath. Leo was happy to find it, though his wife was scared at first but followed him down. They didn't know the robot was watching them. Inside the basement, they found many liquor bottles, but Leo's eyes searched for the safe, hoping for valuables. Suddenly, they heard footsteps behind them. They looked back but saw no one. Leo moved ahead, but his friend stayed behind to watch. When she looked forward again, the blood-covered robot stood right in front of her. She screamed and ran, meeting Leo as she fled. Together, they found the safe. Both were relieved. Leo remembered Aiden used his son's birth date as the password. He entered it, and the safe opened. But inside, it was completely empty, no jewelry or money. They were shocked. Leo's friend became sad, realizing their lives were in danger from the robot, and began to cry. Before they could react, an iron rod suddenly pierced her neck, and she collapsed. Leo felt sorry but had no time to mourn. He grabbed a rod lying nearby and attacked the robot, but it kept working. The robot then hit Leo with a glass shard, causing him to faint. When Leo woke, he found himself tied to a chair, the same basement where Robin had once been locked up. The robot began speaking, its voice carrying a shadow of Robin's soul. It told how Robin's mother used to imprison him there for small mischief or lies. The robot asked Leo why he had come to Aiden's house. Leo lied, saying he had come just to visit. The robot punished him with a nail gun. After the second punishment, Leo still hid the truth and was punished again. On the third punishment, unable to bear the pain, Leo confessed that he was not really Aiden's nephew. He admitted he had taken advantage of Aiden's weak memory to enter the house and steal money. Feeling regret for himself and his friend's death, Leo pulled out a nail and began cutting his ropes. The robot didn't believe him. As it moved to punish him again, Leo freed himself, pushed the robot down, and was about to strike it with the nail gun when Aiden shot him from behind, killing him. Aiden had learned the truth. His son's soul had fully entered the robot. He would not let anyone harm his son. Afraid someone might separate them again, Aiden repaired the robot and restored it. From then on, the robot lived as his son. Anyone who tried to come between them or harm the robot would face the wrath of both the dangerous machine and Aiden. With that, the story ended.